Welcome to the Fantasy Addiction Network. Today we are previewing Week 14 Thursday night matchup between the Chicago Bears and the Dallas Cowboys. So the Vegas line for this one is showing a implied point total for Dallas of 23, Chicago of 20 with an over-under of about 43.5. I'm anticipating the under to be hit in this game. It doesn't look like this is going to be a high-scoring affair. I expect both defenses to kind of show up. This is a very important game for both of these teams, but even more important for the Dallas Cowboys, especially after losing at home on Thanksgiving. I expect them to rebound a little bit. I have them winning this game. I think they cover their 3-point spread. Looking at the fantasy options in this game, I expect Dak to do all right. Expect him to be about a top 15 play. If you have him, I think you can trust him even going against the Bears. He's gotten you this far into the playoffs, so I think you can continue to rely on him. Zeke is definitely must start. Bears' rushing defense isn't actually nearly as good as their passing defense. Where the options start to get a little more sketchy is with Amari Cooper and Michael Gallup. So Amari Cooper has done much worse on the road this year versus at home. This is another road game and a road game against tough defense at that. It's incredibly hard to bench Amari Cooper because if he blows up and goes off tonight, then you're not going to be happy with yourself, and you can't really live with a guy like Cooper blowing up on your bench, so you can't really bench him, but you can't necessarily expect him to do that much tonight either. He puts you in a really tough spot. I would also look to avoid Michael Gallup if at all possible. Most likely you have a better start on your team by this point in the season. I think Michael Gallup could be easily shut down tonight. Cobb might be an interesting play, being the third receiver, more of the slot guy. I think he might be an okay flex start. I think Cobb ends up having a better night than Gallup. Not looking to start him unless you have to, but definitely think he'd be a better play than Gallup for you. Jason Witten is actually a really good start for the Thursday night game due to the fact that the Bears are actually number 8 in points allowed against the tight end for fantasy this year. I think Witten will continue to get it done. He scored a touchdown last week. I think that's likely to happen again tonight. So obviously you're starting Zeke. I'd still start Dak. I'd still start Witten if you can. And you probably have to start Cooper, but don't expect him to blow up tonight. And then Dallas's D is actually a really good play tonight as well. I don't think the Bears' offense is going to be scoring too many points, and I think it's pretty likely that they're going to commit some turnovers. On the Bears' side of the ball, you can't trust Trubisky at all. Yes, he just had a good game, but he was playing against the porous Lions defense. Cowboys actually have a really good defense, and again, this is a must-win game for them. I'm looking for them to rebound. I wouldn't trust Trubisky. I also wouldn't want to be trusting Montgomery going into the playoffs this week. I think Montgomery got bailed out last week with a last-minute touchdown. He wasn't looking very good, even against the Lions, who have one of the worst rush defenses in the league. The Cowboys are actually very good against the run. I don't think Montgomery is going to be doing much tonight. If he doesn't score a touchdown, he's going to disappoint. Sneaky running back play would actually be Tariq Cohen. Cohen can kind of play the role that Devin Singletary played for the Bills, in a more like that slot flex, satellite back type guy. I think Cohen has a better night than Montgomery. If you have both of them, I'd actually be more interested in starting Cohen than Montgomery tonight. From a receiver standpoint, definitely look at Allen Robinson. I don't think you can bench him at this point because he's Trubisky's safety blanket and he's a phenomenal receiver. If you're in a super deep league and you need a flex play, Anthony Miller could actually overperform tonight. I'm not banking on it, but it's worth a shot if you need a start and you don't have any other good names out there. I think Anthony Miller could easily be a wide receiver 3 this week. So if you absolutely need to start, you have no idea what to do, throw him out there because at least you'll be able to see on Thursday night what you got, and then you can pivot later on Sunday if he doesn't perform. There's no tight ends to speak of in Chicago that are worth mentioning for fantasy. And even from their defensive standpoint, I'd be a little weary to start them if you have a much better play. I think they'll still have a decent performance, but they're not going to give you the ceiling that you're normally hoping for from the Bears defense. There's plenty of other better plays out there, and if you're needing a ceiling play at defense, I would actually pivot off of the Bears. So again, my prediction tonight is that the Cowboys will win by 7, and we'll see how that goes. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. We'll see you in the next one.